the public test realm. We got the crazy ride of Binding Shot. Almost had the last of my usefulness destroyed. Not the case. Look, basically we made it so that it would break after damage.
Like most routes.
Yeah, it ended up being about 25k damage though, which meant that it just blew up instantly. Like at an M+, it would last like a second and then it would be gone. Which, you know, I suppose could still give it some sort of weird like group interrupt-ish utility or something.
Well, it's a route, it doesn't interrupt.
Oh wait, frick, it's a route. I forgot about that change.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point. The whole idea was that
How silly.
it didn't behave like a route despite being a route. So they went, well, we'll fix it. We'll make it do what like entangling routes does, which is break after damage. And everyone's like, this is terrible. What are you doing? And they went, oh, shit, sorry about that. It's fixed now. Sorry, it's broken again because fixing it was the problem. So I think that's what happened. And it's interesting to see the kind of actual quick feedback loop.
Yeah,
for them going, hello, we've made something technically correct, and everyone went, that's experientially bullshit. And they went, fair point. Sorry about that.
Right move to make.
Yep.
Right move to make indeed. So, yeah, there you go. It's back to normal. No reason to panic.
Yep.
Also, PvP breakpoints updated. Now this is a funny little one. Basically means you need like a higher rank to get the full Mog set. I believe. So yes, it's 150 more than the previously required 1800, which is a little bit more dramatic because, of course, there's a lot of boosting going on in rated PvP.
Yeah, buy more boosts if you want. Buy more tokens if you want this gear.
That's it.
God, I'm such a cynic.
Yeah, I mean, so they've made that change. I'm not really close enough to the PvP community to exactly know why.
Me neither.
So we should probably just move on then. WoW Classic Season of Mastery. Right, so it's week 4 of beta. Right, many groups of guard NPCs that were removed from Altaric Valley in patch 1.11 have been restored for Season of Mastery. The denizens of Blackrock Depths have grown more leery of criminal activity and now attempt to stash their most valuable items away if they suspect a thief is in their midst. Now, this is actually something made in response to Rogue's gold farming by just pickpocketing mobs. So if you pickpocket around 9 to 11 times, you get the thief debuff, and you'll just get pocket lint. That's basically that. Now, if you die, the debuff is removed. So, yeah, rogues basically can still make about 20 silver in 5 minutes of pickpocketing and ghost running. So, I guess they just wanted to turn that off, which probably made sense.
Yep, which, goes some way to solve the tremendous problem that the economy has in all forms of the game with botting. So it's kind of interesting that this feels like almost an admission of not being able to sort it any other way. So they're just like, we can't sort it, but we can't deal with these bots, so we'll solve it on the game side. And I think that's I think it's a relatively intelligent thing.
Yeah.
But it will get people who like to make gold that way, which will feel kind of really bad for that small amount of players. And also the fact that the debuff can be removed with death is like, that's an oversight, and I really hope it gets fixed very quickly.
I imagine it will, because it's beta. Yeah. So, yeah. Also adjustments to raid encounters for Molten Core and Onyxia's Lair. They've also changed the PvP honor system to accelerate the rate of ranking up. There's like a bit more details there, but I don't really think we need to get into it. No. Yeah, so there you go. More stuff added. What is more important, though, is the overall context, which is that November 11th is when the Season of Mastery servers go live for name reservation. November 16th for actually playing it. And I just kind of wonder. I don't know. I wonder how many people are really interested.
It's really hard to say because this is what I think is interesting about their tactic of trying to go for the private server players with Season of Mastery kind of thing, where they're like, hey, here's the people who are most interested in Classic and have been throughout the time. I think that's an interesting move because if those people would be happy to play private servers for years and years until this point, then catering for them, but not catering for them quite as well as others are, kind of feels like they're showing up to a fight. They're showing up to a gunfight with some knives, effectively. That's what it feels like. I mean, a lot of these changes are good, and I think that they are trying to go for like a very good Season of Mastery approach, and I think people will generally like it if they're into that. But it's just a case of, would they not go somewhere that is a little bit more unique? I think that's my fear from the completely sort of, I guess, the realistic side of things. It's like, would they not be better served going the opposite way of the Season of Mastery and going for the season of take your time and enjoy the world? But I guess this is a test, and I'd love to see the numbers though.
I think this is a test, and this is probably the sort of test that's a bit easier to pull off.
Yeah.
Than some of the other things they could have done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could just be that.
Could certainly be.
The rest of their posts then, they just made note, of course, 9.1.5 comes out November 2nd. They talked about how bulk character transfers are coming, which I think we talked about in the most recent stream. Some timing things. And then there was also a blog post, a inside look at character creation UI redesign. That's nothing new. That's the one that came out with Shadowlands. But it's always nice to see blogs like that from the developers, so, that's good.